Volodya, descending from the heavens. According to the beliefs of the Cholö people who lived deep in South America, there was a powerful god named Volodya. Volodya was not only a god, but also a hero who descended from the heavens to defeat evil. Thunder and lightning were his weapons, and rain was his gift that blessed the earth. Once upon a time, one of the Cholö villages faced a severe drought. The rivers dried up, cracks formed in the earth, and the people were on the verge of starvation. The village's old shaman desperately prayed to Volodya. He asked the Lord of the Skies to send rain and save his village. Volodya heard the shaman's plea and descended from the sky. Lightning flashed, illuminating the sky, and thunder shook the earth. Then a great rain began to fall from the sky. The rain fell for days without stopping, and the drought ended. The land turned green again, the rivers filled, and the people were happy once more. However, Volodya did not only end the drought, he also saved the village from the evil spirits that lived nearby. These spirits harmed people and killed their animals. Volodya destroyed these evil spirits with his lightning and protected the village. From that day on, Volodya became the hero of the Cholö people. They saw him as the protector of the sky and the enemy of evil. They told their children stories about Volodya and were inspired by his courage and kindness. They held festivals every year in memory of Volodya and thanked him. Huaca, symbol of sacred power. In the ancient cultures of Peru, sacred objects and places called huacas held great importance. These huacas were believed to be home to powerful spirits, and people had a deep respect for them, seeking their help and guidance. Once upon a time, there was a farmer who lived in a small village at the foot of the Andes Mountains. This farmer worked hard to cultivate his land, but every year there was a drought and his crops would wither. In his sorrow, he decided to seek the power of the huacas. He went to a large rock, the most sacred huaca in the village, and began to pray. He asked the sky god to send rain and bless his land. At night, the farmer dreamed that the huaca came to life. The huaca smiled at him and said, "Be patient, soon it will rain and your land will be blessed." When the farmer woke up, he was filled with hope. The next day, clouds began to gather in the sky. Soon, a heavy rain fell, and the farmer's land was watered. That year, the farmer's harvest was plentiful, and he shared it with the villagers. After this event, the farmer's faith in the huaca grew even stronger. Every year, during harvest season, he would offer sacrifices to the huaca and give thanks. Hearing the story of this farmer, the other people in the village also began to believe in the power of the huaca. Every year, the villagers would gather together in front of the huacas, sing songs, and dance. Huacas were not only sacred objects and places in Peru, but also in many other parts of South America. Pyramids, stone statues, caves, and even natural formations could be considered huacas. These sacred places were important centers where people could connect with nature, the universe, and their ancestors. Huacas were also powerful symbols that brought a community together and created a shared identity. Curupira, the mysterious guardian of the forest. According to the beliefs of the indigenous people living deep in the Amazon rainforest, there is a mysterious guardian of the forest, Curupira. Described as a child with red hair and backward-facing feet, Curupira fights for the balance of the forest and mercilessly retaliates against those who threaten it. Once upon a time, there was a hunter who lived in a small village in the heart of the Amazon rainforest. This hunter made a living by hunting abundantly in the forest. However, due to his greed, he started to overhunt. He mercilessly killed the forest animals and destroyed its prey. Curupira was disturbed by the hunter's behavior. One day, as the hunter ventured deep into the forest, a child with red hair and backward-facing feet appeared before him. The hunter was frightened at first, but then thought the child was innocent and did not want to harm him. However, Curupira sensed the evil in the hunter's heart and ran towards him. The hunter tried to escape, but Curupira caught him. Curupira took the hunter deep into the forest and explained the importance of the forest to him. The hunter was deeply affected by Curupira's words and regretted his action. Curupira gave the hunter another chance and warned him not to harm the forest anymore. When the hunter returned to his village, he was no longer the same. He began to respect the forest and only hunted as much as he needed. He also told the other hunters about Curupira's story and warned them. Thus, thanks to Curupira, balance was restored to the forest and the animals were safe. Yakuma, the powerful lord of water. According to the beliefs of the indigenous people living in the deep forests and rivers of Bolivia, there is a powerful water serpent god named Yakuma. Yakuma is associated with floods and is considered both a creative and destructive force. Once upon a time, there was a small village on the banks of the Amazon River. The villagers benefited from the river's bounty, fishing, and irrigating their fields. However, they began to disrespect the river by overfishing, polluting it, and destroying the forests. Yakuma was angered by the villagers' behavior. One night, a heavy rain fell, and the river overflowed. The water flooded the village and destroyed the houses. Although the villagers regretted what they had done, it was too late. Many people lost their lives, and only a ruined village remained. The survivors began to pray to appease Yakuma's anger. They asked for his forgiveness and promised to respect the river from then on. Hearing their sincere remorse, Yakuma lowered the water level and allowed the villagers to start over. From that day on, the villagers began to worship Yakuma. Every year during the harvest season, they offered sacrifices to Yakuma and asked him for blessings. They respected the river, did not pollute it, and protected the forests. Thus, Yakuma's power, both destructive and creative, held an important place in the villagers' lives. Babaçuê, the wise turtle of the universe. According to the beliefs of the indigenous people living in the deep forests of Brazil, Babaçuê, a great and wise turtle, is the creator of the universe. Babaçuê is believed to have created not only the earth but also the sky, the stars, and all living things. He is considered the possessor of wisdom, long life, and all the secrets of the universe. Legend has it that in the beginning, there was only a great and dark body of water. As Babaçuê swam in these waters, the earth began to rise from his back. Gradually, lands, mountains, rivers, and seas were formed. Then he created the sky and lit the stars. Babaçuê breathed the breath of life into every creature he created and taught them how to live. Babaçuê was not only a creator, but also a teacher. He taught people how to farm, hunt, and live in peace with each other. He taught them the importance of nature and advised them to respect all living things. The teachings of Babaçuê were passed down from generation to generation and shaped the way of life of the indigenous people. The indigenous people have great respect for Babaçuê. They see him as a long-lived, wise, and powerful being. They perform various rituals to thank Babaçuê and seek his help. They especially pray to Babaçuê during illnesses or difficult times.